Hello and welcome to another one of our videos. This is our 2019 BMW 320i M Sport Shadow Edition Touring. Now this car has the Auto ZF gearbox with the sports transmission, so we have paddle shift on this car. Car's finished in Glacier Silver Metallic. I'm going to take you around the car and show you the condition. The whole car has been detailed and machine polished. Now the machine polish we do is a two-stage polish generally with a rotary polisher. Take out any little hairline scratches from where people have basically washed over the car with a sponge. And then the second stage will just bring up that lovely glossy finish. You can see that the paintwork is in really nice condition. Just take you over this bonnet. There's virtually no chips. There's a couple of little tiny dots. Can you just see that to the center of the screen? Very tiny little stone chip that we've touched in. Got the nice LED lights at the front. The Shadow Edition gets the black gloss grills. Got the front fog lights down there as well. Now we've got the 704, so we've got the M Sport Plus package. So we get the 704M 19-inch alloy wheels with the M Sport brakes. Now we've had the wheels redone. They're usually in grey, but as this was a black edition, there are a couple of minor little marks on the wheels, and we decided to go black gloss on these wheels. So if I come in maybe to the side, because everything else on the car is black, we just thought it'd look a lot nicer. And it does. We've got the black wing mirrors on the side there. All the sun protection glass is nice and dark. The shadow around the window surrounds the black gloss around there. Shadow line, I think they call it. And then we've got the tinted dark sunroof. Just come back out. And it looks really nice. We come in, show you. So all the wheels have been powder coated and then redone and cut. If we look all around the filler cap here, you'll see there's no scratches. There's no ding dents on the cars. There's no scratches up on the top. No bird lime or tree sap marks. Let's just get this back in focus, there we go. All the back of the car, I've got the LED lights, rear parking sensors, and the top of the rear bumper is all in nice condition there. See down the side of the car that it's in lovely condition. No ripples, no dents. Obviously the car's not that old. I'll just come back out and show you this side of the car. Just take you up onto the top at the front. And the windscreen, it's not peppered or anything like that. All the wing mirrors, really nice condition. If we open up the door, you can see we've got the black Dakota leather, all the door card and the handle all in nice condition. We've got the Harman Kardon speakers. There's 16 speakers in all. We've got the puddle lights under the doors. We've got LED lights under the handles as well. If I take you around the door shuts, you see all the rubbers and the seals all in nice condition. Got mats in there. The Dakota leather with the blue stitching, contrasting stitching. They've opted for the little button there which blows up the bolsters on the sides here and here. Got the little BMW colours in the trim there, the piping. we've got the panoramic roof with electric blind, the ZF gearbox, the eye control wheel for the professional media, which is all touchscreen. We've got heated seats, they're an extra on the Shadow Edition. The Pro Nav is an extra. We've also got heated steering wheel, just under there in the centre of the screen now. So we'll take a look in the back. And again, the door card on this side, all in lovely condition, right the way under the door. And the seal. All the way around. No seat belts have been jammed in the doors or anything like that. Excuse me. And if we take a look at the leather on the base, there's no scratches or anything. Got the centre armrest that pulls down and the centre headrest, which folds down as well to give the driver better visibility at the back. Back of the seats are all in nice condition, the nets for storing items. And if we come down here, all the air vents, sometimes these can be damaged. Unfortunately, you know, they get kicked sometimes by children, bless them, but all in nice condition. So we'll come around to the back of the car now. Now with the key fob, you can open the boot, but I'll just show you the glass. For those of you that don't know, the glass opens up separately on the Touring, on the BMWs. So it's quite handy, you know, if you've got a pet dog, you might want to put a protection mat in the back, but it allows you to just open that up, give them some air without letting them out. And then on the button, you can open up the boot completely. You can actually adjust the height that the boot will open to as well on the iDrive. So if you've got a garage and you don't want it to hit the up and over garage door, you can adjust the height. So we've got the parcel shelf like so, and then the net, which you can, when you have the seats down, the net comes out and locates on these large black sections here and here. And when the seats are dropped down, you can then, just in front of the handles up there, there's another little lug, and that's where you can attach the net. So you can stop any items falling forward when you brake and hitting you in the back of the head, basically. So we've got some extra storage under here. And we've got the extended storage, which comprises of this elasticated section on the side here, a bit of extra netting. We've got storage under here for the blind. So this blind actually fits inside here when you want it out of the way if you're putting the seats down. We've got a 12-volt socket. We've got little hooks for your carrier bag so your shopping doesn't go everywhere. Come up around the top here, around the sides. It's all in really nice condition. No scuff marks or anything. Really has come up lovely, the car. And if we look up on here, no scratches. And then if we take a look up where the warning triangle goes and the back, got a couple of little, tiny little scratches there. Very minor, but quite common on the estate cars. So by pressing and holding the button on the fob, the boot will close down. We've got reversing camera as well, just up under there. So we've seen round the petrol filler caps. Let's take a look at the door card on this side. Just scanning my eyes around. Yeah, no, there's no damage on this one either. All nice and clean, all the puddle lights working. And again, No scratches on the door shuts. Let's try and get this in focus. There we go. All nice and clean around there. And if we take a look in the car on this side, the creases are just where we've been leaning in the car. You'll notice that if you push down on it, it will just crease. You can see my finger marks and eventually it just comes out. But all the leather's in lovely condition. So if we have a look inside, in fact, we've got the LED lights have come on now. I've opened the door. So you can see there's all LED lights under the handles. So at night, it looks really nice. Lights up the side of the car onto the floor for you. Let's just turn those lights off for a second. So driver door card. Again, no damage on there. Teensy weeny little chip just on there. Very minor. No damage to the end of the door. Sometimes seat belts get jammed in the door and it sort of puts a little impression on there, but nothing on this car. All the door rubbers. All the way around. And the seal, all in nice condition. And then the driver's seat. Lots of adjustment on the BMWs. You can pull the front of the seat, that section at the front there, you can pull that forward. You've got height adjustment. Show you, this is an area people like to look at, so that's all nice. Okay, so I'm going to jump in. Okay, let's shut this door. Oh, maybe a bit harder. There we go. Let's just drop the seat back so I can get you. So one of the other nice features on this car is the digital dash. So rather than the sort of analog looking display, we've got a display that when you change the driver modes, it actually changes the screen on here. It shows you more information. So if we go back, that was Eco Pro. In Eco Pro, actually, might as well point this out now, but what this will do, it will change the settings on for the engine, the ECU settings, for a better fuel economy. But you can also, I think it's in here, yeah, coasting. So when you've got coasting enabled, when you go into, when you sort of come off the throttle, the car will sort of like free roll and coast to give you better fuel economy. And if we go into comfort, that's a more balanced setting. Something that you drive around in more often, you know, just around the town. And then if you want it into sport mode, this is where you can also change the displays up here to give you, it will give you brake horsepower and pounds per foot. You can change the units. If you rev the engine, you'll see the power comes up, so you can see that. If I just come out of that window, and you can configure on here. Now, in all fairness, this car doesn't have adaptive M Sport suspension. It says it has a M Sport suspension, so it won't adjust the ride. The shock absorbers are obviously the M Sport ones. A lot of people misunderstand this, but what it will change is the performance of the engine, and to a degree, the sort of gearbox changes and the response of the kickdown. You've got sport on the gearbox as well. So if I put this into gear, we flip it over to the left, you then go into S1, which is sport. As soon as you hit the paddles, you're into manual mode. To put it back into auto, flip it back there. S1 is obviously an auto for sport, and then the manual. If we go into Sport Plus on the driver modes, that's where it will turn off part of the traction control. If you were to hold the traction control button down, this one here, you'll see that it also turns off the second stage of the traction, or the other part of it, the dynamic stability control, and that's all of the driver aids turned off there. So I'll just put it back to comfort for now. So we've got this little home button here. So it's a touchscreen navigation. As I said, this is an extra on the Shadow Edition. When we use the shortcut buttons around the iDrive, sometimes by pressing the button more than once will give you another display or another view or something. And we can move these into whatever order we want. You know, put your music, or so you can change all this. If we go into the map, you can do it by the shortcut as well. You've got the different, this is where you put the input of your next destination in. It's been a long day today, so I'm getting a bit tired, so bear with me. You've got all these sub-menus here, map views. So, for example, we've got perspective at the moment. You can use these buttons down here to save not just radio stations, but some of the views on the iDrive, and telephone numbers as well. You can store telephone numbers in there. And if we go direction of travel, so rather than go in there, we can put that on number 7. Well, you can still go in there, but we can shortcut it to number 7. So if I just scan out a little bit, and then by pressing number 8, it'll just flip to the other view. So quite handy in some circumstances when you haven't got a lot of time to fumble around in there. So you've got all the media, the DAB stations, FM, online entertainment. Through here you can do all your Spotify, etc. Music collection, this is the hard drive. It's an 80 gig hard drive, and you can go for all your tracks that you've downloaded into the car. You can do that by CD or USB, as it says there. And then you've got your sound system, your Harman Kardon, your graphic equalizer, you can adjust, and then you've got some options on searching. So come out of there. Right, I'm going to take you now, one more back. So this is where you've got all your options, like for example lighting. This is bound to be on sport. How did I guess? If you put it into classic, this will change the lighting to orange. Let's just turn the... So you'll notice this has got the lighting package, so around the centre here, where the climate control is, and under the doors, it's in orange. If I flick that to sport, you'll see it changes to white, and the same under here. It just doesn't show very much during the day, to be honest with you. So we'll flip it back to orange, and you can see that. And then we've got our, let's just turn that fan down. We've got our dual climate control, got our heated seats, traffic information. You can change where the air comes from here, fan speed. As I mentioned, we've got where is it? Heated steering wheel, so that will warm your hands on a cold day. So sliding armrest, USB port in there. There's a 12-volt port in here. The second one, there's one up under the glove box there. Got all the books in there. We go back to the My Vehicle bit, so you'll see all the displays, the menus down the right hand side. You can change quite a lot on these cars. You've got driver profiles that will memorize what you've set, including radio stations, I believe. I might need to check up on that, but I believe it does. We go into the servicing. You'll see that we I've just had, or the car has just had a service in June 2020. That's the first service. We come into here. Oil's not due till next year or 8,000 miles. Brake fluid next February. Brake pads 60,000 and 70,000. That seems a little bit excessive. I think that it's worth checking the brake pads well before they get too low. Having said that, this is a 320i and I'm used to looking at the 435s, so probably a bit heavier on the brake pads, so that might be quite normal in all fairness. Does seem a bit low. Quite a long time. If we jump out, we can have a look under the engine bay. So we've pulled the bonnet release twice. No, we haven't. We've pulled it once. Let's go back in the car. I remember it's twice. There we go. I didn't put it hard enough, did I? There we go. And now it will pop up. So the 320i has the twin power turbo, the dual cool turbo. So 2 inputs into the turbo, which makes it more responsive, better on fuel as well. It gives out a bit more power than the conventional turbo because the airflow is a lot better. And they run at about 184 PS, which is about 181 brake horsepower. And I have to say, I've been very surprised by the 320 engine. It's very smooth when you're driving it, and it has plenty of power. You know, having driven a lot of the 3-litre diesels that are very torquey and very powerful, I thought it was going to be, you know, maybe a little bit underpowered, but it's not. It's really nice to drive. So all lovely and clean under there. All done using, you know, WD-40, a nice safe product to use under the engine bay. Oh, I know what we forgot. The panoramic roof. And we didn't look at the rear view camera, so that's just jump back in the car. This is what happens on a Saturday when you're busy. You forget things. So, into reverse. There we go. Let's shut that door again. Got the reverse camera there. The guidelines. So when you turn the steering wheel, they'll show you where you're going to go. Got the little blocks that point out any obstacles. Now the roof. So you can open the roof like so and then pull the blind forward. It's all electric. Or if you want the roof open, it's all like one touch. There's 2 stages to the position, so press it again and go back a little bit further. We'll leave the roof open and come outside the car. Let's have a better look from outside, and then you can see really nice feature, especially if we get some nice weather back. It's a bit cloudy today, but we've had some great weather. So thank you for watching the video. It's been a very busy day here, so all the spec will be in the advert. If you've got any questions, please give me a call. Anything you want to know, we can obviously check it out for you. Okay, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.